Go.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Parshat Chukat is very dear to my heart and my wife. It's the 32nd anniversary of our wedding. I lay Parshat Chukat in the Young Israel of Greater Miami. That's a very important piece of information because I did not grow up in that shul. The shul that I grew up in, where I had my bar mitzvah 7 years before, was 8 years before, was Shari Tefillah of Rabbi Yaakov Sprung. I was very close with Rabbi Sprung. I came to Israel when I was 16 after skipping 12th grade. I went to Yeshivat Har Etzion. I studied there for 2 years. Then I served in Golani. And then I went to YU for a year. And then I went to Hebrew University Law School when I got engaged. The Ofruf, in the meantime, my father switched shuls. So we celebrated my Ofruf at the shul that I did not grow in. And the rabbi of that shul, great man, Rav David Lehrfield, he passed away 3 years ago, around Parshat Chukat, was going to speak. And I told my father, he doesn't know who I am. I never spoke to him. So I did something which I thought was appropriate. I wrote a little petik, a note. I wrote on it, grew up in North Miami Beach, went to Yeshivat Har Etzion when he was 16, studied under Rav Aaron Lichtenstein, served in Golani, and is now studying law at Hebrew University. My father thought that was very arrogant. Gaiva. I said, yeah, but it's the game. He's going to have to say something about me, so tell him something about me. And now you're going to hear how a master darshan, what he does with this information. He doesn't know who I am. It's Parshat Chukat. How are you going to tie that into anything? In Shvi'i, there's a very obscure pasuk. Perek Kaf Aleph, pasuk Lamed Aleph. Vayeshev Yisrael be'eretz Amorei, pasuk Lamed Bet. Vayishlach Moshe liragel et Yazer, vayilkedu benotea, vayorish et Amorei asher sham. He quotes the Medrash. The Medrash says that Moshe Rabbeinu learned the lesson from the Chet HaMeraglim. The Meraglim, they were public individuals. They were politicians. And it failed. He realized it was like Turita Aretz. They were like tourists. They wanted to make a big fanfare and see the land. This is the only time where it says to spy. Leragel. He sent them undercover. He said he sent a Talmid Chacham undercover, and then he was successful. Rabbi Sa, he says, in our midst there was a young man who I never met. He learned Torah on one of the Gdolei Yisrael. He was Charef Nafsho to serve in Golani during the first, he didn't know it was the first at the time, during the Gulf War. He's now studying law, and he did it quietly. And he built his whole thing from that little petik on that pasuk. And then he said, hey, he wished that the Zivik should be good, and they should be bona bayis neman be'eretz Yisrael. Baruch Hashem, 32 years later, our family is doing well, Baruch Hashem, and I dedicate this. It's nothing to do about me. It's the art of homiletics. Rabbi Lehrfield was able to take some information and beautifully weave it together to make a beautiful Dvar Torah. Shabbat Shalom.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.